Hello, and welcome to another episode of New Gameplay Today. I'm your host, Jeff Cork, joined today by, hold on there, sir, Matt Kato.
How's it going?
Doing quite well, and Leo Vader.
Hey.
What are we looking at here, Kato?
This is Dirt Rally 2.0 from Codemasters.
Okay. Tell me everything you know about it, please.
So it is, follows on obviously from the previous Dirt Rally. It's different though than Dirt 4, which came out last year, which also has Rally and Rally Cross in it. It may be kind of a fine distinction for some people, but it's just different in the sense that it's just more rally focused, so it's a little bit more hardcore. There's no rewinds in this. Which has become a staple of Codemasters racing games, from F1 and stuff like that. And it's, they changed the handling and some of that sort of stuff. Some of that stuff, even I don't know all the details, or not that I don't know the details on, it's just that, you may notice some of it, may not. But there's one of the cool things I'm looking forward to is track degradation more, new damage in terms of the different materials will damage a little differently. And obviously you've got to repair and stuff. So it's, I don't want to say it's too hardcore, but it's definitely it's focused on rally. It also has the WRX Rallycross official license, and Rallycross, as we'll see here later, is on tracks or shorter stages, and there's heats and stuff. And that's been in...
don't kill us.
Don't worry about it. You'll be thinking, how can a guy go this slow and be safe and yet still be in danger? But that's kind of my deal.
What exactly what entails a rally, if there are any idiots asking that question right now?
So we're doing time-based stages, right? So it's I'm going against other AI times, or other people's times. I'm not racing against them.
Whoa!
And so in between these stages, when I say stages, in a championship, you'll repair the car.
Right.
So if I mess this thing up, or I've done stuff where I've messed my car up at night, and if your lights are out, your lights are out.
Oh.
You know what I mean? You're just sort of foobar for the rest of the stage until you can repair it. And so it's very much see how narrow the roads are. You're obviously in an actual environment. It's not just a track. And so this one's a little slower because it is about the chicane, the twists and turns and stuff. But they're really, and this is dangerous obviously because of the rocks on those sides. But the really, really nasty ones are usually downhill. You're getting a fair amount of speed, and you're basically flirting with death at even when you're going full throttle, you're wishing you weren't, kind of thing. So
without rewinds, is it possible your career ends with you plummeting down some Himalayan mountain and you're just dead?
Yes, I don't know if you actually die. I don't see you die, but you're effectively dead.
Okay.
I could restart. You'll have to restart the race. There's that option.
Yeah.
But and then you can just take whatever time penalties you have, or you could just take a bad time for that stage, and it obviously affect where you are in the championship. So, I guess if there's one thing, we've talked about other Codemasters games, it doesn't have F1's tech tree, because it's not as much as you're more the driver than you are the head of an organization, but certainly how you treat your equipment from stage to stage and race to race is important.
Right.
That there is a management in that sort of sense, because I've had times where you just don't have enough time between stages to make all the repairs you need to repair because you've banged your thing up, good enough here.
Right.
So,
and can you turn on enough assists so a more casual player will have a decent time with this? Or
yes, that goes from damage, that goes from handling, as well as just the opponent AI. So when I said you're going against other times, obviously that includes for multiplayer and where you rank in a leaderboard or whatever, but also obviously the AI. So you can toggle up or down the AI if you're just I can complete the stage, but I just can't get good enough times to really rate in my championship. Then you can certainly toggle down the AI so that you just times are more competitive or whatever.
Yeah. Leo, you like racing games?
Every now and then.
Yeah.
Are there other camera angles in this one?
There is, and let me just see if I can find the button once I get into a safe zone here. Here we go. So,
there's the dirt.
Yeah,
there's the dirt we're talking about.
I usually like this camera just because I don't know. this one or the cockpit one, I don't know what it is. I think I get too spooked out when it's like, I get too worried about what my car is actually doing when I can see my car. When I can't see my car, it's just kind of like someone else's problem.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but now I'm too worried about like where I'm going to clip and stuff. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Or not clip through, but like where I'm going to nick and stuff,
Yeah.
my back end. So like when I'm in here, I just sort of don't think about it.
Yeah.
You are the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot
I
more
like-
intense in that camera angle too for the downhill stuff, I imagine.
Yeah, and I like this one. I think maybe too this one I'm like less, because there's more stuff in my HUD, I'm actually less focused on the environment also, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like I'm less distracted in a way, weird way. But
Yeah.
Can you honk the horn?
I don't know.
Oh,
Oh,
Tires holding up okay.
so if you were to completely smash into that trailer after the race was over just then, would that damage count?
Yes, I've been told actually this year it will.
Ah.
Whereas before you would just literally, as soon as I hit that
Yeah.
flag thing, it's just like all bets are off.
like Trials HD, go out with the bang.
Yeah, you're just getting you're getting both barrels at that point.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it, but I've been told that afterwards you do have to come to a stop. See, as here I say it came in 20th, which is not a good finish.
It's
top
not
20.
that's not the highest number.
Yeah, and this is on the default as is for now. So this is pre-release, as you can see there, pre-release build. This is pre-release, so they're still obviously working on the balancing, but I could turn down the AI so that maybe something like that, obviously make a little bit more, be more competitive if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Because I'm way down there at 20th.
So are there races here that you're seeing another AI in the physical world and it kind of bumping them? Not like you want to do that, or is it typically just you're going against times?
You're going against time,
Okay.
and that's rally. So the next thing we're going to go against, and I mentioned that they have the WRX official license, that is rally cross, and those are shorter races, and these are against cars. And the thing that is the difference here also is that they have what's called the Joker lap. So this is a standard layout, and they're going to show you right here. See the yellow there? That's called the Joker lap. So you have to complete that particular section of the track. You've got to do that once. So let's say this is just a quick 3-lap deal against other competitors. Everybody has to go through that Joker route once. Otherwise, you get a penalty. So that's a
Regardless
little bit
of when.
Yeah, you can do it. I usually like to get it over with, but honestly, I admit I don't really know what the strategy in terms of like when, in real life, if players like to do it earlier or later, or maybe it just depends on your circumstance, but it's just up to you.
Yeah.
In races like this, are there going to be drafting mechanics?
No, because you're not really getting up to the speeds that you really need to get to. One that does apply, though, is that this first turn, as in most online things, can be... There we go. So, okay, good. I survived that. Sometimes that whole first turn is just an absolute bloodbath.
I love the wipers.
Yeah, I think those can go on automatically, or they can be manual. It's up to you, up to the player.
Okay.
So, Cork, I need you to tell me when I can go in. Like right now, we're still in the first lap, but the next lap I want to take the Joker. So
Okay.
I don't remember exactly where the entrance is. I want you to be on the lookout for it.
Okay.
Team play.
Yeah, exactly.
How do I know where it is?
I think it'll be. So this is the second lap, so it should be coming up. It'll be under the yellow, I think. I think if I go.
Yeah, there you go.
No.
No.
Was that it? I don't know if that was it. We're gonna keep going. That may have been it, but honestly, the last second,
Yeah.
I totally had, as you could see, some doubt in my voice.
Yeah, you
there.
gotta-
Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah, so other people are taking it.
A Joker's lap, to be sure.
Yeah. It does seem pretty fun.
So this particular track, is a little more mild than some of the other ones I have.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them they get some pretty hardcore, but of course, obviously, this one will have its own strengths and weaknesses. Just here we're on the tarmac. I would say this one's a little bit more on the mild side compared to some of the other ones that I've raced here in the game.
So if you're someone who enjoyed the last Dirt game, is this just like a natural, even though it's obviously rally focused?
I think so. I really do. The Dirt series, at first they tried to make it less about rally, and then slowly over time it's become more and more about rally, even with Dirt Rally coming back. So let's say if you play Dirt 4, you definitely were getting a decent amount of rally as well as rallycross content. That was a bad race. But I still think you're very much going to be interested in this. I think the rally focus gives you different things to work on between stages. I know there's a historic rally component to this. One other thing I want to mention, I mentioned that there was no rewinds.
Yeah.
There's also not the random stage generator. That was a focus of Dirt 4. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I know some of the purists don't because they like more just like the crafted stages and whatnot.
Learnable races.
What's that?
Learnable races.
Yeah. There's some of that. I think maybe they didn't like the way some of the stuff was generated. But again, I liked it just for the variety. But to your question, I definitely think that if you play Dirt 4 and you really liked it, I do think you're going to want to pay attention to this because, like I said, with the variable damage. Another thing, but also the track conditions. Another thing that are introducing this year is that the tracks will wear so that when you're doing a rally stage, you don't always just start first, or you don't always start last. It changes depending, from event to event and stuff like that. So if you're starting a stage, you may start out in the middle, in which case the track will have been worn in to kind of a sweet spot, right? Where let's say you're starting 12th, you're going to get the track conditions where you want them. Versus if you start first or you start at the end, those track conditions won't be as good. So that's another thing that's kind of a neat thing just for this game.
Yeah. Cool.
Can you customize the guy in the car?
You can pick different ones. I don't know. You can customize them much on that. I believe you may be able to do the helmet, but you're picking more of an avatar than actually like customizing them.
Okay.
Sure.
Cool. Well, thanks for showing this off, Kato.
Yeah. Again, sorry, it wasn't probably not some of my best lap times or whatever, but I think you got the Argentina one, by the way, those cliff sides and the rocks stuff. That's dangerous. I had to do one of those at night, with some broken lights, and so along the way, the spectators had flares out, which definitely helped. And there was a full moon with flares was just enough to get me through that stage.
That's cool.
Cool. Excellent. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. And thanks, Leo, for doing your thing.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Bye.
I can't wait for this Microsoft press conference to begin.
Yeah. Please take your seats.
Welcome, Phil Spencer.